Little disclaimer that I, Mystic, and am employee of Wizards of the Coast on the D&D team. Hey y'all, the next few episodes of Utopia will be more horror-leaning than other episodes of Utopia as the party venture into the realm of the Nightmare King. Here's your content warning for the next couple of episodes. This stream may contain scenes and themes some find distressing. Mentions of blood, needles, injections, gore, graphic descriptions, breaking teeth, claustrophobia, death, drowning, drug use, general violence, and disturbing imagery may occur. Our cast will be using lines and veils. If you find scenes too distressing, please feel comfortable exiting. Last time on Utopia Podcast, the party evaluated whether or not the remainder of them should sign up for events or help the non-satyr folks at the festival try to win through maybe nefarious means. Scylla spoke to some goblins who didn't know how they got there, and then a tree came and summoned the party to meet with the gods hosting it. The party entered Medusa's cottage as she blindfolded herself and sat down for tea. And that is where we find them. Ziba, I would say in seeing Medusa now, she does not look anything remotely like the Medusa you fought in a dream.
In what way?
She's not wearing a crown. She isn't.
You don't change her outfits?
As ugly as the Medusa in your dream. She just has more delicate features, pink to her cheeks. She doesn't have slits for snake breathing or nostril. It's a more delicate and beautiful looking version of Medusa, a more kind and good looking version of Medusa than what you saw in a dream. Give me an intelligence saving throw, Livy and Ziba.
Okay. We're gonna see.
16.
That's another nat 1.
Oh no. Ziba, you're kind of you put together that maybe that dream you were in was someone's nightmare. Maybe this was Galdi's nightmare.
I don't know what to do with this information, and I feel like now is a bad time to discuss this, so we're just going to sit on that.
Okay, that's fair. Medusa looks towards you, Marcus. Rudy ran to get, he went hunting for dinner.
All right.
Oh, I don't have any way to tell him there's more of us. But I think it'll be okay. Yeah.
Rude to be hunting when he's throwing a party.
Oh, the party. That's just a normal thing that happens. It was happening. It's been happening for a very long time. He doesn't actually have to be there until the last day. But I made nettle tea to begin with. There's some drying above the fireplace if you wanted to make more. Mr. Morgus.
Oh, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Medusa, are you hungry? Can I get anything for you?
I'm okay. We'll wait for dinner.
Excellent. I'll I'll make some nettle tea, but I might put my own twist on it if that's all right.
I'm excited to try it.
Excellent. All right. I'll get started.
Mr. Godfrey, do you mind sitting across from me? Of course,
Not
I've
at all.
been waiting for this conversation.
Sorry, we
what was
didn't
that?
know if we were invited or not.
Oh, you weren't, but it's okay. There wasn't a rule about it. Does make me a little nervous for you, though.
Why?
Did you have a tattoo on your foot?
Toy.
Yes.
Oh no.
Why is that? Oh no.
Oh, well. You might be stuck here for eternity.
What did we do to deserve that?
No, I don't know why he picks who he picks, but we'll talk about that later. Godfrey, are you sitting?
Yes, Godfrey makes his way and sits across from Medusa.
Okay. She puts out her hand. It's nice to meet you.
Godfrey will shake the hand.
I know this is rather weird, but normally when one of us takes a champion, it has to be approved by the other two, and Nyx just apparently liked you so much that they made you their champion without any sort of conversation, and so we just wanted to make sure that, everything was good. This is certainly not an interview, however, I do want to kind of get to know you more.
Livy uses illusion
Godfrey will
magic.
do a double take back at everyone else in the room.
Livy will do an illusion hey, we're gonna have to talk about this later. And he says with illusion magic.
We'll give a look back and be like, you all can go back to the party if you want. That would be fine. I'm having this conversation here.
Oh, no. We're happy to be here. So I'm just looking up I know there's something going down.
Great. I'm an open book, Medusa.
Oh, great.
I hope that it's reciprocal.
Of course.
Livy puts out, are you? With the illusion magic.
Garrikias just lays
Godfrey's
under
already-
your feet. Godfrey.
There's a little as Marcus uses control flame and just gives a really wide-eyed side eye at everyone else and then goes back to making tea.
Oh, did someone cast magic? She looks around.
Oh, that
Godfrey,
was
are
me.
you
Should,
magic?
should I not do that?
Well, so you can't sleep here? You also can't rest here at all, so, just don't use all that you got.
Oh, that's a very good point. This was just a cantrip. Just a little
Okay.
one.
Okay, that's good, that's good.
Good to know, though.
The only magic I have is what Erebus has given me.
Oh, the claws, she told me.
Mhm.
It's really exciting. So yeah, what do you think of Erebus?
Well, she killed me,
Yeah.
and then brought me back to life, and then
Yeah.
sent a giant in to destroy a city of innocent people while they
Yeah.
attempted to find the Grove of Maya and forcefully attempt to do something there. So I'd have to say my first impression is not the best.
Okay. Yeah. Huh. I could see that.
To It's just on the floor with like her head in her hands, like, wow, what a story time.
We did also first meet them amidst a pile of bodies of rangers who we were sympathetic towards.
Oh.
Without any real explanation as to why they were slain.
Fair. But them in particular, you know, how are you feeling about them?
Disregarding all of what I've just said,
Yeah.
well, eventually when you take away all of the bad from something, there is only something somewhat redeemable left.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just fighting for the greater good. Are you?
You know, Erebus said that too, but then didn't really elaborate on the greater good and seemed to suppose that the greater good was just to make the earthly realm some sort of playground. The Nyx could do whatever they wanted there.
Yeah, but you see, they're actually just kind of this like lone wolf, kind of like a broody, misunderstood kind of a person. So like they themselves probably wouldn't do that much. They did used to like to turn people into vampires or werewolves or shapeshifters in general, but that's kind of fizzled in the last few years. I think they have all the friends they need, but then you came along and I was kind of surprised.
Surprised that I was not left for dead and brought back to life?
Yeah.
When Erebus would make vampires werewolves, was that consensually done or just people that Erebus chose to on a whim?
Sometimes. We did need an army.
And for
We
what?
still need an army. We have a
What do you
smaller
need?
one.
What do you need an army for? What is the purpose? What
Um,
is your idea of this greater good?
there's a war coming. See, a long time ago, there was a war where there was a group of gods who became gods, and then the other gods that were there before them got mad that they became gods. And they wanted to take us all and put us in bottles or into different items and just say, toodaloo, you never existed and you will never exist again. And we found a way out of that, but now they want to do it again. And like, I'm just trying to live, right? I'm just trying to live my life. And the fact that they don't get to own everything. They don't get to do whatever they want. No one does. And our snakes are kind of like agitated, not toward anyone, but you can just see like the level of agitation in her body is emulated by the snakes in her hair. At this point, I think maybe the pot whistles really loudly as the water is ready for more tea.
Wait, so you're mad that people are trying to control your life and not letting you do what you want? What does that make us being forced to come here and possibly for eternity? How's that different?
Well, you can't. You came here of your own will.
Did you not become gods on your
You
own
can't
will?
say it's your own will if you don't know if you're not informed of what's happening. That's just like a weird form of manipulation.
Well, I didn't do it for one, and two, there's lots of this has been happening for a very long time. I'm sure you could have found the information if you wanted to protect yourself from whatever's happening.
I am a historian, and specifically the gods. It is incredibly difficult to find. Trust me.
Oh. Is that because of the whole Mysteria thing?
Part of it.
There used to be lots of information about everyone. But yes, I did choose to become a god. Who said that? Was that you, Godfrey?
Yes.
But I didn't know that I would be hunted, so I guess maybe we're in the same boat. That's kind of funny, isn't it?
When you said we became gods,
Hilarious.
who are the we?
Oh,
You know, the whole Mysteria thing has robbed our realm of any information about any of the other gods.
it was me, Mysteria, Sturt, Lada, Marzana, Nyx. I guess there's a new guy, too, that I've never met. His name's Nonvos.
False.
And how did you become gods?
I don't think I should tell you that.
That's fair.
Who's Nonvos?
He's new. So you would remember that the Forgotten Ones shoved a little piece of paper toward your boot while you were hanging out at George's house that gave you information about Nonvos, who's a brand new god that popped up on the radar and is the god of weather.
Scylla digs a little bit in the top of her armor and pulls out that little note and relays that to Livy. This is the first time Scylla has spoken since entering this house.
Livy looks almost betrayed.
Sorry, I forgot. I actually didn't think that happened at all. Otherwise, I thought I was going to use it for rolling later.
Livy silently, mouth agape, takes the paper.
So, if your army's for Go ahead, Livy.
No, he just was muttering to himself in disbelief.
The army's for self-defense. Why are you gathering at Fort Mercer in the material plane? I mean, on planet Pleeplu.
Oh, well, it's sort of the in-between place. And if we fight anywhere else, we'll cause a lot of damage here because we don't know where things are in correspondence to the other planes. So we figured we'd just fight here instead. And maybe the casualties would be less for you all. And the impact on the culture and stuff would be smaller. The greater good! The greater good.
You keep saying that, but I'm not sure if... Like, the greater good for what? Just for you?
For everyone.
Who defines greater good, Medusa?
I don't know.
An important question to ask.
Who defines it for you?
I'm a little bit... You're still married to your... I presumed you were no longer together. especially considering he's not part of the new gods. I'm a little bit surprised.
Oh, he's not a new god.
He's not
No,
an old god?
he's an old god. Yes.
Yeah, that's... I'm a little... like I was saying, I'm just surprised you're still married.
Because of that?
Well, there was a war that you were on opposite sides of.
Yes. We weren't, though.
Well, what do you mean you didn't?
Oh, we didn't fight on opposite sides.
He's an old god, correct?
Yeah.
But,
Well, depends on who you ask, I guess.
why did he side with all of you? What was the reason?
Why wouldn't he side with his wife?
That's a good point, but aren't the other gods his siblings?
Well, yeah, but they didn't really like grow up together or like have a good, relationship with each other. It's all very tumultuous, actually. And especially after their mother died, everything just kind of changed for all of them.
Your texts are to be believed. Rudy had a lot of resentment for having to fill that role.
Well, yeah. He had to fight his way to even get back to this realm. It had turned to complete chaos. There were tears in it all across the multiverse. I think we closed them all now. Sometimes we still find them.
The multiverse?
Yeah. Like to the Feywild, to Underdark, to the elemental plane of air.
That makes sense. Sorry,
Do you know about these places? I'm sorry, your name again?
Livy.
Livy, okay.
It's now my center of expertise. I mostly know. I'm a scholar of the Invisible War.
Oh.
I try to.
Invisible. That's funny.
Yes, I'm understanding it wasn't... You all weren't exactly... If I understand right, this conflict took place even longer ago than we thought, and this remnants were hitting our world? If I understand correctly?
I think it was maybe the same time, but a lot of the fighting happened in the Underdark. So, planes have different time. It all changes when you move from one to the other.
I've got your tea, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Can you set it in front of me? That way I don't, fumble it in the handoff.
Yes, of course. I found a bit of cinnamon. As I recall, you like it with a bit of a bite in it?
Yes! How did you know that?
I just sort of do, Dusa.
Okay.
I have a question. If there was a way to coexist with these gods who came before you, would you take that option?
Oh, I mean... Sure. I think. But it's not just about us. It's about everyone.
You have to be a little more specific on everyone.
Oh, like everyone. Everyone.
Mortals and immortals alike.
Mm-hmm.
What about the mortals
you
who
said
died the first time? How do they come into play?
Well, you know, they sort of just are back again, you know? In one form or another. Everything's a
mortals?
cycle.
Mortals?
Yeah.
And I think on cycle, Scylla sort of halts and straightens back up again.
I think you all see this, so Medusa is blindfolded.
Yeah. Yeah, Morgus is gonna furrow his brow and look over at Scylla. Sort of just maybe reach out a hand and how is Scylla sitting down or standing up? How are you positioned?
Scylla's been stood up. If Godfrey's in sort of some like wingback chair in front of Medusa, Scylla's very much on guard at the back, but just sort of off to the side in case there's any need to move around. But for the most part, standing very much on guard right behind him.
I think Morgus sort of clutching his mug of tea with both hands, just sort of reaches out and just like very gently puts his palm like under your elbow.
There's a really quick moment where Scylla has a thought to wince, but in just such a millisecond recalling the nightmare, leans into it, and you kind of feel a little bit of weight of her elbow kind of into your palm.
I would say that might surprise you, Morgus.
Morgus is just very gently going to cast Prestidigitation. Just very gently, and just that scent of that incense that Morgus made that night relatively recently. Just very subtly, very gently, just going to waft upward.
What cycle are you talking about? I've trained in medicine my whole life. The dead stay dead.
The bodies? You think people are just their bodies?
I'd say that encompasses a lot of who a person is.
Oh.
they're also their memories.
Well,
I mean,
Are you suggesting
my
a
ancestors come
reincarnation?
back all the time and help me out, and they don't really have bodies.
they do? Do they talk to you?
Not in words. Do yours talk to you?
Sometimes. If I listen hard enough. It's up to them, though. The spirits. And where they went. Which is also up to them. There's lots of places to go once your body dies.
Medusa,
Hmm?
what makes up someone? But like, what do you think? Cycle you refer to? If the body goes, what goes back into the cycle?
Everything goes back into the cycle. You know, the body will decompose and turn to mushroom and grass and trees and flowers and food for the worms and the bugs. And the spirit chooses where it goes, and it can stay in other realms or it can come back. It can reincarnate. And sometimes, if a spirit is very headstrong, it can reincarnate with some memories too of the life before.
But
Really?
it's different.
Yeah.
It's the same but different. You understand? They're not the same person.
No, they are.
They don't have the same memories.
I think what Deuce is saying is that it's a spirit that comes back.
I understand that.
If you choose to not remember who you are when you go back into a body, then the next time that you die, you'll remember your purpose, and you'll either have to deal with the consequences of not remembering or be proud of what you accomplished not knowing what your purpose was. It's a hard decision for most people.
Is there an in-between?
Yeah, sure.
But you're still not. Why? You explained to us why you needed to do this for yourself. So how does this positively benefit mortals?
Oh, the war?
Yes. Besides a great many people dying, what is this going to do for people?
Right now, people only know what the society or the culture tells them to know, which is mostly just Mysheria and hope and redemption. There are large amounts of people on this planet who don't understand revenge or deep lust or have a connection with the earth in the way that they could, or even love or the night and the magic that comes in the dark. It's a plane of no ebbs and flows, no ups and downs. It's just a stagnant place.
Is that really even living, though, if it's stagnant?
Exactly, you get it! The greater good.
How long has it been since you've been to the material plane?
I got here like a few weeks ago when I said, "Are you ready to join us?" In your mind,
I assure
remember?
you, this place is anything but stagnant. It's not just a single tone of hope and mediocrity. All those things exist still.
And it's certainly not anything that needs to be governed.
And why is everyone else so powerless?
Who is everyone
it?
else?
Need to be about power.
Why do you need power? I mean, it makes things more fun, but
Well, me and Nyx, Rudy, Lada, Marzana, probably even Argos. We're barely existing. Even my magic from before I was a god is pretty much gone.
Perhaps I have a small theory. From my weak research, it's not just having the emotions that it helps power you, and this is just what I'm seeing, but it's also the act of worship
Yeah.
that powers. So people still experience all of these things. They experience love, revenge, but if they're not actively worshiping you, it doesn't necessarily go to you.
If they're not actively conscious of the emotion they're having, then it does no benefit to us.
Well, it's less. They might be they're aware of the emotion, but they don't know you exist, so it's not going towards you.
Mm-hmm.
So this world still has all of these things in abundance, but people just don't know you exist. I don't think there's a negative to introducing yourself. I just still don't understand why you have to do it for acts of war.
We tried to not fight each other. But Medusa's solution was to start over. Or Mysheria, sorry. I don't mean to misname myself. Mysheria's solution was to start over from scratch.
But she was the only one who benefited from it.
Which is why I turned her to stone.
You turned her to stone?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Did you turn all of them to stone?
No, just her. That's why the war ended.
Isn't that
What?
changing the cycle?
Exactly.
I thought my Sharia ended the war though, but
Oh,
what?
here's what happened. Mysheria went to Kronos for help to try to obliterate us in the Underdark, and he got mad that she was even in his realm and literally kapooped, kicked her out, and then she fell to your plane and left a crater, and then got really mad and decided that she was going to fight us by going to this place of power outside of the gate. And then when we all found out she was going to do that and she was going to take all these people in some sort of crazy ship out into the space and create a new planet with her new power, we decided that no, that was not going to happen, and we ambushed her and I turned her to stone, and she's still there, I think.
That was a lot of information.
I don't think I
So-
understand half of the words you just said.
You didn't? Oh.
So, Mysheria was trying to invent a new planet.
Yeah.
And also kill you at the same time.
Uh-huh.
And in retaliation, you turned her to stone.
No, we just wanted to stop her. We didn't want to kill her. There's some hope that she could still be reasoned with, sometime in the future, possibly.
Did you also turn the centaur lady into stone?
Yeah, that was way earlier. She just really wanted to kill me.
Why did she want to kill you?
Well, I guess we can talk about it now. She kind of turns her head. Never mind, I hear hooves. Maybe you all should make yourselves conspicuous. And at that, you hear the...
Marcus, grab the tea. Grab the extra stuff. Let's hide.
By the way, she's not stone anymore.
This feels like a thing. I'm walking in with company she shouldn't have.
Goes to hide.
Yeah. Livy helps grab the stuff as he tries to hide somewhere.
Yeah, you all watch as Arudi lumbers up, a magic staff in hand, draped in leaf-like leather armor, hooves exposed to the ground. He is carrying a stag, which he ties and hangs over a branch to be bled and used for processing. And then comes to the door, and you hear the scraping of hooves. Medusa, I really think that we need to do something about this bogle problem. And he opens the door. Oh. Hello?
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 Need some tea if you'd
Wait,
like some.
I thought we
can-
hit.
I'm half behind the drape.
Tea.
Whoever ahead can give me a stealth check.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you was telling us to hide. If not, I don't want to be the only one who's hiding.
She just said look inconspicuous.
Oh, I thought you were telling us to hide.
You go immediately to like. It's hide and seek time. Okay.
That's what I thought she was like, oh damn, we're not supposed to be here.
It's like one of those moments when you're like talking about something that you shouldn't be, and like someone walks in that shouldn't be hearing it, and you're like, oh, so anyway, and you like quickly change the conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
Stealth checks, anyone?
Nope.
I got an 8.
That was.
I'm just half behind a drape in the curtain.
Looks like we'll have more for dinner than I planned for. Nick looks around.
Don't be suspicious.
Godfrey. And he nods toward you.
Hey, Rudy.
How come he only knows your name?
Why is my
We've met.
curtain talking?
So kind of grabs Zimba by the arm and gently just brings her out from behind the curtains and straightens her up.
Just dust it off like that's normal. Keep an eye
Hero
out. You never
time,
know if
kid.
he's going to start approaching.
That is it. Thank you so much for listening. All the juicy lore. It's only going to keep coming. I hope you're enjoying everything you're listening to. Join us on our YouTube if you need to catch up, if you like watching video versions. We also have an extra show that we have called But Then What? Our second episode of that will be released as a podcast very, very soon. If you like us, support us. Tell your friends. Even just telling one. We are growing. Thank you so much for that. And we can't wait to keep going with all of you. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and the cast. I hope you have a really great day.